What a lovely spot to be in the afternoon or even in the morning on this really beautiful deck. You could sit here and have a meal in the morning or dinner time. There's a place around the deck there for your barbecue. Have your fire pit lit at night. Also, imagine these string lights here, all lit up at night. This is a very pretty site at 23184 Sequoia Court at Lake of the Pines in Auburn, California. Now, this property goes to Torrey Pines, and it is 3/8 of an acre. So where you see those oleander bushes there, that's where the property line goes to. In fact, it has 2 side yards. And the 2 side yards are just a perfect place for the kids to have a trampoline, to play croquet, to throw a ball. Just a nice little buffer between you and your neighbors. And the owners here planted clover, which is really cool because the clover is so pretty right now and green in the springtime. This is a house that's well maintained. The vegetation's maintained to be fire safe. The home is well maintained. In fact, we have a clear Section 1 pest at 23184 Sequoia Court. Let's come in off of the deck. And you'll see this new fencing right here. This spot is actually a location for you to have a covered garden where the deer don't get to eat your veggies, or dog run. In fact, your dog can go down the stairs right here out into this green area, which would be their place to do doggy business. Gaze at the high ceilings. Lots of light in this home. Light and bright sells a house. This is going to be a room where there's going to be lots of activity happening. Got your dining room set up, your open floor plan to your living room. And look at this pretty slab of, whether it's cultured granite or granite, we don't exactly know, but it has the variety of colors. It has the grains traveling through. It's a very interesting piece of stone. There is a wood-burning fireplace that has similar stone in the backdrop. And this fireplace really gives out a lot of heat. And if you don't want to fill it with firewood, you can use it as a decorative place in a seasonal fashion. So the kitchen has been remodeled and updated, but it's a big kitchen. There's a lot of storage in here. And some of the millwork is really pretty. Look at that little twist braid right there at the top of the piece of crown molding of the cabinetry. So if you have little ones, they could be going around in a circle. You know how kids like to run around in little circles when they're visiting your home? Because these rooms connect each other, the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. There is an attractive bay window, and this is a pretty neighborhood. The neighbors across the street have well-maintained yards, lots of grass that they have. The front lawn here is taken care of well, and you just look out and you just see all kinds of green. The ficus is very happy here with all of this pretty light. And notice the beautiful wood, hardwood flooring. Very pretty. And then they extended the flooring into a new railing. And how I know this is a new railing is the height of the railing is what is expected to code. And so we've got the higher railing here in the entryway and down to the downstairs. Coat closet for your guests. And this bathroom has been updated. Oops, I'm turning the lights on for us. What's cool about this bathroom, come and look at this tub. It is a jetted jacuzzi bathtub. It's one of the newer jacuzzi tubs. And what it has is it has a heat element in it that when you're in the tub, it actually heats up while you're in the water. You know how you get in a tub and it's nice and warm and then 2 minutes later it cools down and you don't feel that warm? This has that extra feature that keeps the water really warm while you're in your bathtub. Now on this level, we have 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. The typical, you know, the smallest bedroom always gets the office. Well, that's the case in this room, but some pretty views outside. This is a fun room right here. Plenty of room if you have 2 little ones. There's twin beds, fit perfectly in here. Room for a couple of chest or drawers. Now, 1, 3, 1. Okay, I've got my numbers wrong. Okay, so I'm going to say that the number of this house on Sequoia Court is 23184. 23184 Sequoia Court is just under 2,400 square feet. And as I mentioned, we have a bigger yard in 0.38 of an acre. And a tranquil master suite, primary suite, or maybe I can call this bedroom here is the person who writes the check for the property suite. That's what it should be called. The owner's suite. Very peaceful, lots of green from the windows. And we have a bathroom here on the side with a shower stall. So we have a tub in one of the bathrooms and a shower stall in the other. The property also has a whole house fan. We use those in August and September when it's a little bit toasty here and you can circulate the air and not have to use your AC, and it will help cool down the house in the evening or sometimes even in the morning. Check out this beautiful blue door right there on our front porch. Blue doors give you really good energy. It's good feng shui. And this is one of my favorite rooms. It's just so tidy and extremely functional. These folks have an extra refrigerator and freezer here that doesn't belong to the house, but this is a great spot for you to have a freezer or a refrigerator, washer and dryer and sink, lots of storage, and then come take a peek at the pantry. That's where the water heater is, and we have an extra storage space there for cleaning items that you pick up at Costco. You don't have room in your regular cupboards for, and you want to keep your extras here. There's even a closet here for some more storage. And then check this out. This is really cool. Okay, you open this up and all of these rods come out and you can air dry many of your delicate clothes. I think it's really cool. I've never seen one like that. We've got the garage, which is a 2-car garage over here to the side. Lots of storage in here because this is underneath the staircase. And a half bath. So downstairs we have the half bath, the family room or activity room, and also a good sized bedroom. Look how large this room is. We've got a queen size bed in here, and you still have room for some other furniture if need be. Now this unit is a mini split, and these are the coolest solutions to heating and air, and they have this down in their downstairs room. I like the color in here. It's pretty. All right, we have another mini split for heat and air. And I had somebody ask me, is there any way for me to make the downstairs a separate unit? And I always like to think about the possibilities of how spaces can be used. So if you wanted to have this as a special unit, there's a driveway here. This window could be taken out and turned into a slider or a front door to the downstairs unit. And then you'd have a living room for somebody in here. You'd have a very good sized bedroom. Maybe a little kitchenette over here. I don't know what's in here. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, this whole area here could be designed for a refrigerator. Now you have a half bath. So you'd have to figure out a way to put in a shower. But you do have water on this wall because this is a laundry space. So if you were clever, you could turn this whole area down here as a private unit. Maybe you have an older relative who wants a place without any stairs, but still wants to be connected to the family. Maybe you have a teenager who is messy and you want just a place for them to be separate from you. This might be a solution for your lifestyle. Now we're going to go out to the yard because I really like the yard here. Now at Lake of the Pines, most people would think from the olden days that we are a retirement community, but that is not so. We have 50% working families and 50% retirees. So if you can see that one, I think it's an apple tree, but on the side of this black car is a bit of the hillside, and there are a couple of fruit trees right there, and that's also part of the side yard. There are 2 side yards here. So remember, we already have a dog run or a garden. And these owners have expanded this driveway. In this driveway, you could park 3 cars side by side and actually get 6 to maybe 9 cars in this driveway. So on Sequoia Court, you have 2 driveways. Have plenty of parking. And then, besides having room for your pup, you have room here. This is a very handsome gate, by the way. It's made out of Trex material. And you have room right here for a boat storage. Or maybe you want to put your bikes or your kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, because we're such an active community, your golf cart, you would have a place. And off we go to the other side of the property. And if you had some little ones, you could have a trampoline out here. a play structure. And this property goes all the way over to where those oleanders are that I pointed out before. Covered in clover, very pretty. There's 2 water hookups here, so you can keep this green throughout the season. And look at that attractive deck and boat covering. Very sweet, very sweet. It's a 4-bedroom, which is unusual to find at Lake of the Pines, with a family room at 2,400 square feet on 0.38 of an acre. And this is going to be a great home for you to have, whether you have a large family or for your family to visit when they come for the holidays and the 4th of July, which is a big deal at Lake of the Pines, our 4th of July celebrations. You can have people sitting out here in the shade. You have plenty of bedrooms for them to spend the night, and a good sized kitchen and eating area, and this very useful deck. So I think it's a gem. I'm really looking forward to finding a new set of owners. And Lake of the Pines is between Auburn and Grass Valley. We're in Nevada County, and it is just an hour away from Sacramento, and we're very close to skiing. We have a beautiful lake. We have water skiing there. We have wakeboarding there. We have the lake swim, lots of different activities, pickleball, a dog park, playgrounds, just so many different activities that would be fun for you to enjoy an active lifestyle here at Lake of the Pines. I'm CJ Jenkins. Thank you so much for joining me at Lake of the Pines Living Facebook or Christine Jenkins YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.